feather you, leave you just like this chicken here. I came very prepared to do that on Saturday night.
Pues, you remember me. I am strong, I am fast, I'm very, very handsome, baby.
Always brings his own props. He brings his fists and his props to the press conferences. So it's always great to have him on the show. And I mean, that's going to be. It's one thing talking at the press conference, but I know their fists are going to be flying on Saturday night. So we're in for a treat, and that's only the first fight. Normally that would be a main event of a show like this, but that's only the first fight on the HBO telecast. And as Carlos had mentioned, we also want to acknowledge Mr. Honda again and thank him for their involvement in Carlos's career and getting him to the point where he is now. So, with that being said, we'll get into the co-feature on the show. Someone who I've known for a long time, Tim Van Nieuwhouse. He's a manager of Ryan Martin. When we were having some difficulty getting an opponent for the Monster, Tim called me and said, they're working with Antonio Nieves out of Cleveland, Ohio. Antonio is very hungry. He's got a tremendous record, and he wants to take full advantage of being on the stage on HBO, on a tremendous show like this, fighting for the WBO World Championship. So I'd like to acknowledge. Dimitri Salida with Salida Promotions. Without Dimitri's help in putting this fight together, his cooperation, it's one thing, if you're going back and forth negotiating, and you can tell if somebody really doesn't want to fight. If someone's easy to deal with, that their fighter and their team wants to fight. So I have to acknowledge Dimitri for really helping to put this together. With that, I'll bring up Tim Van Nieuwhouse to say a few words about Antonio, and then he can introduce Antonio.
Hello, everybody. Tom, give a big thanks to you and your great family, Dorston, Erica, Bernie. You guys are all great to work with. Nieves is a kid that I've known since he was 17 years old, and every time he ever wanted to do something, he did it. He never let anybody down. He accomplished everything that people said that he couldn't accomplish. And when this kid started making noise, and there was a whole bunch of big noise about this kid, Joe Delguy, his trainer, was already eyeing him up, studying him. And he would send me him all the time. I want this kid. If he comes to America, I want to fight him. So I already knew that Joe wanted to fight. It was going to be very, very simple. And they've been studying this kid for a long time. And this is a very, very hungry kid. And he's going to be in a dangerous fight. He's going to be in a very dangerous fight. So with that being said, I hope all you guys are in attendance to witness this. This is a special kid. I want to welcome the WBO top contender, Antonio Nieves.
How you guys doing? Good afternoon. First of all, I want to say thanks to everybody that showed up today. Also want to say thanks to K2 Promotions, Tom Lawford, Salida Promotions for getting me this fight. Just like you said, just to like I said, everybody is counting me out like I did when I started my career. Like they counted me out with everything else I did in life, and I'm just gonna keep pushing forward and overcome this. For a reason, he's a two-time world champion. He obviously puts in the work, but like they said earlier, I'm hungry. I'm the new face in this division. I'm coming down from super bantamweight. Everybody had expectations about me making the weight. The weight came off easy. I'm ready to go. Like I said, nothing but respect to him. Obviously, he's a champion, but I'm coming to fight. I'm ready to do what I got to do to take that belt and keep it here in the United States. I mean, not much to say. I'm ready to fight. I know he's ready to fight. Come Saturday, I know we're going to put on a show for everybody. But at the end of the night, I hope he's ready because I'd rather die in there than let that belt go back to Japan. Me and my team are ready. We've been doing all the work that we have to do for him. And like I said, we've been eyeing this kid ever since we heard about him, and we're ready to go. And that's what we got to do. We're gonna put in that work on Saturday.
You see the heart and passion that Antonio brings with him. You saw what LeBron James did for the city of Cleveland, and if Antonio can bring the World Championship back to Cleveland, Ohio, that would be a huge statement for him. So I know he's 100% prepared. He's going to take full advantage of this opportunity, and it's a tremendous story of him getting into this fight. With that being said, I'd like to bring up someone who's never fought in America before, who's never been on HBO before, but who's been talked about by the boxing media, the boxing fans, and huge anticipation for seeing Inoue over here in the United States. I'd like to acknowledge his promoter, Mr. Ohashi, who sees the value of bringing Inoue here to the United States, being on the HBO platform, and being on a show like this. So I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Ohashi for his cooperation with that. With that being said, I want to present, we actually got a special gift from the Dodgers in anticipation of Inoue coming here to Los Angeles to fight. So they knew who Inoue is, and they've got some tremendous pitchers from Japan on their staff, so they wanted to present a special gift to Inoue for being on the show here in Los Angeles. Of course. This is a special jersey. You can see it has Japanese it's also signed by Kenta Maeda, one of the premier Japanese athletes here in the United States. He's one of the top pitchers for the Dodgers, and Kenta wanted to personally autograph, here's his signature, wanted to personally autograph this to Inoue. So with that, I'd like to present this.
I know, it's not his gift.
So then Inoue will say a few words, and Nobu will translate for him.
まずはじめに、ここアメリカで試合をするにあたり、HBO、K2 プロモーション、提携プロモーション、大橋会長、